South Street. This how we doing it, Ray? We down South Street with it. Oh man, I'm in Count Clothing down South Street, right up under I don't want to give no promotion, but right up under Fat Tuesdays. Y'all gotta come check it out. You know, my producer, Karina Dream, he got with me yesterday and he told me about some two bright young men that had a clothing store. And he felt as though that I needed to go down there and have a conversation with them. And I came down here and I was really blown away with what I found. You know, they had some nice clothes, they have a nice atmosphere, and we had a beautiful conversation, man. You know, two young black men. I'm bringing y'all a conversation about gentrification, bring you a conversation about ethno aggregation, bring you a conversation about the tech world, bringing all this to you, man, to inspire hope into our people, man. You know, we have that energy, and I had to come back. I felt that it was my duty to come back and make sure that we partner up with Count and Matt and his staff and do an amazing show, to put it out there, to let y'all know there's people out here that want to bring about some change in the community and be the change they want to see in the community. Tune in to another episode of Tough Talk with W.Big Snoop. Welcome to another episode of Tough Talk. Today, I have the pleasure to be down South Street in a store, black owned, Count Clothing, man. Sitting here with my man Matt.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Contrary to what a lot of people believe, I never met him in my life. I just met him.
Yeah.
I just met him. So, contrary to what a lot of my people, critics say, I know everybody I bring on the show. I just met Mac. So I come down to the store, man. We see y'all online. My producer was checking y'all out online, following y'all, and I guess y'all was watching the show.
Yeah, we had some good engagement. Like he was bringing light to what it was that I was doing that he liked, and I saw some things that he was doing, and I was showing him and telling him all the things that we like. So we just linked up and tried to make this happen.
I love your energy, young man. Before we get into our thing, tell them who you are. Tell them your name.
I'm Mac. I'm the creative director here at Count Clothing. I run a bunch of different brands, and I facilitate things for people in the city that's trying to make things happen as far as clothing, apparel, schools, anything that you have that you're trying to do promotion for, or anything that you're doing that's creative and inspired by your own passions. That's what I'm here to help facilitate and bring to the world.
That's a beautiful thing, man. You being a young black man, willing to give back, taking that time to give back to society, to look at it and see where you can fit in and what you can bring and make things better. That's a beautiful thing. But I mentioned South Street. We're on South Street. South Street has a rich history, a rich black history. A lot of people don't know that South Street, right there next to the docks, man, the other people didn't want that. They didn't want South Street. The stench of South Street used to stink, and these people left South Street for the black folks. So black folks was thriving down South Street, having their own communities, having their own stores, servicing the community.
This was us.
And then they burnt it down and gentrified it. But I'm happy to be back and reclaim our spot and service our people with our content. Because we control cool. Like, shout out to my man Wallow 7.
I like that.
We control cool. We control what cool is. The image that you see of what cool, this is cool.
Yep.
This is cool. And this is the thing that you bring it back to the black community, man. What made you make those turns? Did you always start out like that?
No, I was, being plagued from the ills of the society that we come from, and knowing all of the different things that we have to come through, like being in the systematic oppression that they put us in, and they show us different things in different ways. I always was in the system, but not of the system, so I found a way to get myself out of it. Like I was in it, like anybody else was. Like I was plagued by all of the crime, violence, all of the different elements that they use in order to oppress us. I was in it. So when I got myself out of it, I was looking for a way to be able to have an impact in a positive way to the community that I once was a part of destroying. So this is what helped me think of terms and ways that we could turn things out and change the narrative. Like when you think of clothing, everything was always Ralph Lauren, the high-end fashion labels, Versace, Gucci, all of that. And I said, if we bring it back to our community, because we the ones, like you said, we control cool. If I bring it back to our community, I can give them something that's us, for us, and by us, and I can turn it right back over and show other people how that they can use their passion to fuel their income so they can thrive too.
And I talked to you yesterday. We spoke about how our community suffer from hopelessness, and by us stepping up, showing the community, showing the black youth, showing the reentrants, the returning citizens, showing them that you can do something.
Exactly.
You can be different. You can create your own, make your own clothing, wear your own brand.
Exactly.
You know, and this is what y'all projecting to the people, man.
Yes,
and it's an inspiration because a lot of our children want to get into clothing, the clothing line thing. But we also, me and you, we talked about the tech world.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I see that you had some understanding of the tech world.
Yes.
So how do you want to translate that to the people?
Being able to, being in this space, like you said, being on South Street, it's like a melting pot for creativity. So if you have any type of passion, if you was to come through here, I could be able to help cultivate that. So this world is being ran by tech now. So in the tech field, this is what we need to be able to show our youth, that we need to monetize tech. So in with cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology, different elements that you can bring as far as coding, artificial intelligence. So this is what we're here to be able to show people that this is avenues of you to be able to bridge those
So
gaps.
you possess that knowledge, you can teach that?
Exactly, and that's what we here to cultivate. So when we on Sundays, we want to have an environment to where everybody just come together as a collective and bounce ideas off of each other, and then we make those ideas come into reality.
That's a beautiful thing. I want y'all to know that we located right now, Count Clothing, right up under Fat Tuesdays.
431 South Street.
431 South Street. That's a beautiful thing, man, because that's something that we bring into the kids at NOMO. You know, we have an organization called New Options for Opportunity, but we use NOMO as our, you know, so as an acronym, basically, acronym, thank you. We use NOMO as our acronym, like no more drugs, no more murder, no more rape, no more crime.
That's heavy.
You know, so no more.
That's beautiful.
You know, no more of that stuff.
Beautiful.
So, but we giving the kids new options and more opportunities. And my cousin is in the tech world.
Okay.
You know, he's actually create apps, and we partnered up with him to teach our children how to create apps. I mean, their own apps, like computer coding, and we're doing it. It's called Code for Kicks. You know, so we're going to incentivize it by giving them sneakers by each track they complete. You know, and by you having that knowledge, man, I would like to really, you know, bring you to our children because you look like them.
I would love to do it.
You know,
love to do it.
And that's what we need. More of us that look like us that come through. Not just me, not just my partner Dewan and Ricky, not just us talking to these kids. We need different voices saying the same thing because it seemed like education is what pulled you up.
Yes.
Education helped you feel like that I can conquer whatever I put my mind out there to do.
Exactly.
Education gave you hope, right? And that's the thing. Like, I'm leading you on through that because this is what I keep saying. This is what I keep putting out there into the universe. Education. Education changed my whole trajectory. I'm sitting here in front of you doing my own talk show. I would never thought I could do something like that. But I'm able to sit down and converse with Brother Mac and talk about this brand and talk about how we want to change the world. You know what I mean? Start with Philadelphia and create the whole culture. Because I know, you know, you're a fly guy, checks you out and all that. I know that you may have, you know, like you said, you was in the streets. You may have had some people looked up to you. You know, looked up to you as the old head. I want to be like him. I want to dress like him. I want girls like him or drive like him or whatever. Because you know they watching us, bro.
Exactly.
They watching us.
And I'm ready to get into the same influence in a positive light.
Exactly. That culture, the culture of crime that was created and we all played into. Let's change bring a whole nother culture, man.
Exactly.
A culture of kings and queens that know how to think, rationalize, make some money. See money in anything that you're looking at, not just with your eyes, with your brain.
And we out here being the change that we want. We being the change that we need. Instead of us waiting for them to give us a handout or a hand up, we are the change.
Exactly.
So when they look for it, it's not like they gotta look outside of the resource that's right there in front of them. It's us. It's not for the youth to be looking for government or for outside forces to help them to be able to contribute to the life that they want to live. It's the people that they see on a daily basis able to help cultivate whatever energy it is that they need in order to project them into those things that they want later on in life. That's what we're here for.
I need to talk to you about something. In Philadelphia, man, you know, we have this culture. You know, we got a lot of cultures in Philadelphia. But we have this one thing, man, it just eats at me. Due to the fact that, you know, when I woke up and had my epiphany and I embraced greatness, I had to realize I was holding on some mediocre shit. This tough talk, so I can curse. So I was holding on to that thing that they say, you being Joe.
Yeah.
See, if I held on to the Philadelphia Creed,
there's no way we'd be.
There's no way that we would be down here talking.
We'd be having this conversation.
Tell them about that, man. Let's get rid of that stuff. So, let's eradicate that.
The issue with it is, it's been going through generations. Like, that's something that's deeply rooted in. If you go down south, you don't see it, and you go to other environments, you don't see it. So, like we've been talking this whole time, it's about changing the narrative. So we just gotta let everybody know that there's no such thing as being Joe. All of that stuff is just like a precondition to keep us in a position to where we could not excel, because you need to reach out to somebody new in order for you to grow and in order for you to learn. How else you gonna know it if you still stuck in the same environment and getting the same thing from each other? There's no way that you can be able to ascend to greatness. It's impossible for you to do.
Hey, bro, I'm sorry, bro. You just brought something back to my mind. I usually don't do this, right? But I'm gonna do it. Shout out to my man Packy the Wine. It's something he always do. Reference prison. In prison, right? I don't know if you ever been there, but prison, when you get together and form more than 3 people, they break it up. But if you playing cards or chess or rapping, something like that, they let you go in and do that. But if you got a book out and you got like 10 people sitting with this book,
that's heavy.
They're gonna say break that up. It's too many of y'all. Y'all citing a riot. Because they don't want you to learn.
They don't want you to be collected.
So now the fact that the way you painted that picture of being Joe, what we're going to call networking from here on out.
Exactly.
The way you painted that picture, you made me think about if I keep them separated, they would never be that mighty fist to come together to be that power structure that they really are.
Exactly.
Like I said when we started this segment, bro, black folks, this is like the Black Wall Street right here.
Yeah, this was
South Street was us. Because nobody else wanted it, and we made a jewel out of it. We made money off it. We fed our families off it. And they came and tore it down. And then built back on it.
Appropriated it.
Exactly. Built back on it that now I can't afford to live there no more. I can't afford to pay rent there no more. So what that's going to do to the black folk that wasn't really sad, just lost all their stuff in the fire that you set? Like, come on, man.
Oppression. And the thing is now that we had this, that we could change the narrative by systematically rebuilding and retooling our youth to be able to not have to deal with the same things that we had to deal with. So like you said, when we taking that word Joe away and bringing in that networking, that just helps take another element that they took from us and help build us and help us grow, because we took something that they didn't allow us to be able to do. Now we can take that and make us flourish off of it.
It's whole new world, man. Like I teach the kids, man, everything. We teach the kids all that, man. We teach the kids all of that. Like this is something that we need to create more of. These programs, like I always tell people, we're not stingy. The funders that we have will fund you. They will fund you in your program without me. I don't have to introduce you to nobody. You just have a great idea. Get your paperwork straight. Your 501c3. Get incorporated. And go to them people. This is the plan. Write a grant proposal and bring something to the kids. You can teach them that and they will pay you. In fact, I'm going to give you my word on this show in front of everybody. The next time the city giving out grants, I'm going to make sure I reach out to you if you're not already on it and let you know that you can teach kids that type of stuff and give them some type of incentive when they're done. You give them a laptop when they're done. All paid for by the city of Philadelphia. After you taught them how to utilize that laptop. But a lot of kids know how to do that stuff already, though, bro. But at the same time, there's certain things that you can do to get the grant and teach the kids something. You know, man. But one of the things that we gotta do, man, is keep coming together, man, and create this norm of networking. It's not being Joe. It's networking, young people. Networking. Getting to know that you never know who you're sitting next to.
Your network is your network.
If we was on a bus and we don't talk, I would never know that he had a clothing store, that he possessed this much knowledge, that he's willing to reach out and help me. And I want to help him. It's called pooling resources. Ethno-aggregation. Ethno-aggregation. Coming together. Group economics. Yes, brother. Pooling our resources. If you got a carrot and I got some water and he got some onions, I mean, we can make a soup, we can sell it, or we can eat it. Pool our resources.
Exactly.
That's what networking going to do. And this ain't the last time you're going to see our faces together. We're going to team up.
Not at all.
We're going to team up and we control cool. Like I said, shout out to Wallow. We control cool. We're part of that movement too. Count is cool. Come down, check it out. Wear it. Don't
South Street.
Come in here and feel the experience. When I came here yesterday, I felt like I couldn't wait to come back again. Because the way you treat me when I walked in, the kindness that you showed to me, the smile that you gave to me. You understand?
Yes,
people gonna remember that.
Yes, sir.
I never spent my money with you with that nasty joking down the street.
It's the experience.
I didn't care. Snatch my money. I mean, that's what we're here for, man. Anything else you want to say before we go to a commercial break?
Now, I appreciate everything that you bring to the table. I love the energy. I love everything about everything that you guys is doing. And I just want to be a part of everything that you're doing moving forward. So you got me. Like we talking about networking, I'm in your network.
Exactly, man. That's beautiful. I'm in yours, bro.
All right.
Well, rap, man. So listen, we're going to bring on Count.
Yep.
You know, the mind behind this too. Your partner. We're going to bring him on in the next segment, man. And thanks for coming to sit with me, man. And come back to the next segment too.
I got you.
Welcome back to our second half, man. Tough Talk. Now we got the name behind the brand. My man Mac, partner, Count. You know, I had the pleasure of meeting this young man yesterday, and he really blew me away, man. He knocked my socks off, man, with a story. I ain't even gonna fake it, bro, because I'm out here, we out here, whoever out here doing this work, and this work is actually to inspire another culture. And not the culture that we used to, the culture of crime. Inspire culture of king and queens. So when I find young men, man, doing this work, you know, I be proud of them. You know, so my show, this Tough Talk, is about having conversation with guys like y'all. You know, coming together with guys like y'all, partnering on some type of plan, making greatness. Because, like I said in the first part, we control cool. So the kids gonna look at us and say, what cool is. Just like look at you and say, what a drug dealer was, or what a gangster was, or whatever that crap was that we was running around here acting like. You know, now we have our eyes open to something different. You know, you reached the pinnacle in your life, man. I mean, this is a great defeat to me. You know, when I heard we was down South Street to a young black man's store down South Street, and the producer called me, Karina Dream, shout out to my man. He said, you gotta come talk to this young man down South Street, man. You know what I mean? So just hearing you, man, like they need to hear your story, bro. And that's why I had to come back, bring the cameras back and do a segment. You know, y'all used to me sitting at my pool table and all that on my set. But I'm here now, man. We changing the game, man. Count, introduce yourself, bro.
Shout out to everybody out in the world. My name is Count, aka Count Clothing. I'm from Northeast Philadelphia, Frankfurt section. I'm 36 years old at this day. I'm the average person. I grew up regular. Grew up in an urban community. I can't say I had a broken home. You know, I was born with a spoon. It wasn't silver, but I had a spoon. You know, when came up the ranks, you know, my mother was on heroin my whole entire life, but she was my best friend. My father's an amazing guy. You know, I had a lot of things to overcome. You know, I've been to prison 3 times. You know, I've been counted out all the way out. You know, and you know, still I rise because it's God's plan. You know what I mean? Some things are just meant. You know what I say? But my brand is just to show people that don't never let nobody count on nobody like box you in. You know what I'm saying? Always chase your dreams.
And that's what I love about your transparency, man. You're so open, to the people. And I know, like, coming from being like you, coming from those type of similar backgrounds, by me being open to the people, make the people receive me better. When I was into, selling stuff, like, y'all gotta come down here and check out his clothes. You got an amazing clothing line. We gotta support each other.
Thank you.
When I was in, selling my stuff, people loved me because they heard my story. And they would, buy something off me just because they heard my story, respect where I come from and what I'm doing. And it's the same thing that I gotta come back and bring that same type of energy back and come team up with guys like y'all, because y'all doing the work too. And y'all have an amazing story that needs to be heard. And that's why I'm here. Like, you speaking about your mom, you speaking about your dad, and you've been in prison 3 times. But what changed you?
What changed me? I just experienced so much in life, and it's just like I just was tired of the same thing and seeing the same outcome through other people. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed so much death, so much defeat, and I just always felt like I was better than that. And I felt like I had more to offer than just the average lifestyle of somebody coming from urban community. I felt like I had more to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, honestly, I never thought about selling clothes, to be honest. But I was always known for getting dressed. Like I was known, like my name in the field, I'm known for being fly. Like I put that shit on like lotion when I feel, you know what I'm saying? Buffalo retired, but that the young fellas do it. But so my best friend at the time, and it was crazy that Dan count why you don't sell clothes. Your neighborhood's gonna support you. Everybody like you. Everybody like how you dress. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. He forced me into it. We did it, and it just was a tremendous hit. It was a success because of the story that came behind me. And those that know me, like, damn, like I know this guy. Like I know his struggle. Like I know where he comes from for the most part. And but the actual change was just. I just didn't want to go to prison no more, and I just didn't want to die in the streets.
Enough was enough, right?
Enough was enough. I didn't want to die in these streets. I didn't want to go to prison. I didn't want to be a statistic.
So you said you never sold clothes before. So why service your community with clothes?
Because I feel like my brand, me as a person, I represent. We all say the same, but I feel like me as a person, I represent 90% of the people, the underdog, the people in the urban community. I represent them to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when people wear my clothes, they know what I represent. I represent the same thing. And this logo, this is a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a superhero like me.
I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you're super. Listen,
Take that.
bro, take it. I'm explaining it to you. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
got you. I'm saying for the most part, this represents a badge of honor. So it's like, it's just like the line to me represents don't be kind of only by count, only by box you in. If it makes any sense to you.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
And I just want to let people know, we together. Let's come together. Let's stand on something together. You know what I'm saying? Don't just look at it. Oh, this is a cool guy with a cool brand. Nah, my brand is about unity, strength, love, unity.
Exactly.
Let's come together. Let's build something. Let's stand on something that we all can represent together as a whole, and stand behind it and push forward.
And I said you're a superhero, and I want you to embrace that. Because I say that, I always tell people I'm a superhero. If you look at the superhero and their journeys, right? You look at Batman. In the beginning of the Batman movie, we see Batman leave the movies with his mom and dad, and they get killed in the alley in robbery. That's trauma.
Yeah, big trauma.
Superhero. Spider-Man, when he got his powers, he went to go earn some money. He went to a wrestling match one particular joint, and the boy talked to him greasy. So now he leaves, and the boy gets robbed. He can stop the boy that's robbed and stick his foot out and trip him, but he didn't.
Right.
He let him go. And when the boy got outside, what did he do? He killed his uncle.
His grandpa.
His uncle.
Yeah.
He killed his uncle.
Yeah.
He killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Took his car. Scared.
Right.
And he could have prevented that. See, that power brought about a great responsibility.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, truly.
So our knowledge brings about a great responsibility on us.
Exactly.
Now we got it. We got to come back and bring it back to the people. I mean, I can go on and on about superheroes and villains and how the villains did what they did because they wanted attention. Nobody paid no mind. They came from different backgrounds. They had the money. They had all that type stuff.
Right.
But they wanted some other type of attention, so they did the things they did. But us as superheroes, we've been through those traumatic experiences and we turn into strength.
That's deep.
So our knowledge brought about that great responsibility. So your responsibility to people is to show them that you can do it.
Right.
If I can do it, you can do it. And you can wear my stuff and feel good about it.
100%.
Because you feel it's a badge of honor. Like you said. So this is your superhero case. And we coming back to Philadelphia to say to people.
Ain't no doubt.
And you done came back down here and opened up a black store owned by a black man on South Street.
Yes, we here.
Well, I mean, so what you think about that?
Listen, we met off Instagram. I just like how me and Kareem met off Instagram. It was just genuine. The energy was genuine. We congratulated each other on each other's success, and then we just kept cultivating a relationship. So we piggybacked off of each other's vibe and each other's energy. And from day one, it was all transparency. It was just like he was authentic with everything that was coming from him. I was the same way, and it just made sense for me to be able to help add to his brand. It didn't take nothing. It don't dim my light to help his shine brighter. So with him already having everything going, like I had clothing lines already that I was cultivating, I was trying to bring to the market. He already had one going and it was going good. All I want to do is add value, and he was open and receptive to it. So it wasn't a situation where we had to fight against each other, we had to compete with each other. And it was and the beautiful thing about Count was he was open to even opening his door up, like, no, bro, bring your brand. And I'm like, why would I bring my brand in when you got one going? I'm just going to double down on what you're doing, and that's our success. It's no longer me trying to compete with you or me and you. It was just that, like you said, that networking situation, that taking the mind frame off of being Joe, opened it up so that we could be able to do this together. Like, this is a us thing.
I love this energy, bro. It's crazy. Create the synergy in this room. The synergy. Because it's crazy. Me and Wallow 267, I'm talking about him again. But we spoke about creating a school, giving our kids computer coding, giving our kids job readiness, giving our kids entrepreneurship, teaching them cognitive thinking, giving them, instilling in them the education that we know they're not getting in school, teaching that financial literacy to know about that money, to get the memo. So, and I said to him, if it's already going on, why create another one? And you got one going on already. And that's us. New options, more opportunity. We already servicing the community and our kids like that. So, he was like, man, you're absolutely right. Because I feel as though the antidote for all this crime out here is catching those teenagers.
For sure.
Catching those teenagers before they pick up a gun or they start using drugs or start having babies. Catch them at that point. That's the antidote for crime, bro. That's the antidote for all the gun violence in our city. Get them 12 on up. Give them something else. Put the gun down. Pick this laptop up. Go into his laptop. Create your own app. Because my cousin, I didn't finish. He created an app for Nike. You might got it on your phone. It's a sneaker.
Okay.
But it don't say sneakers. It's just abbreviated. Nike made $6 billion off this app from this black boy from Chicago who never went to school.
That's heavy.
Who never went to no college. He just sat there playing with the computer. Worked for Nike. Now he's executive at Playboy. Everybody was laughing when I say that, but you won't laugh when you hear his check or where you live at. You know what I mean? But now he's bringing that back to the community. He has that knowledge to bring back to the community. Now we got to get together and make this happen, brother.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
I mean, young man, I'm holding you accountable to bring my kids that knowledge.
I'm here for
it. I mean, I really love what y'all got going on now, and I'm glad that y'all opened y'all doors to us. Tell them the address again. Where we at?
31-35 South Street, right beneath Fed Tuesdays. We here, just to piggyback what he was saying a little more. Just for the young kids, like I try to tell people all walks of life, we're here. Come talk. It's not about supporting the brand as a whole. It's not about supporting buying stuff. Come talk, come pick our brain. We're open to tell you anything we have. We're willing to share our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Even just on life itself. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we always know we can talk to, just to get a better understanding of certain things. Because I feel like today, with like a lot of the young youth, it's like the blind leading the blind right now. They don't have nobody to talk to that's going to give them the proper guidance. You know what I'm saying? They got people going to say, oh yeah, go ahead and do that. Yes, man, encourage the foolishness. So my message now is, let's do what's right and not do what's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to go statistically urban, it's cool to bust you, then it's cool that, but no, the right thing is to think first. See if you can earn this problem out, because a lot of problems can be solved just by conversation, a simple conversation.
And that's why we gotta start coming together because sitting here, you probably got 2 different neighborhoods sitting here.
100% we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about polar opposites. You northeast, and I'm sure you from where?
South Philly.
South Philly. We'll never get along. You from North Philly for real.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Earth is my turf, big dog.
Exactly. And that's what we want to give out here and translate that to the people.
Exactly.
We're going to put that energy out there. Earth is our turf.
Ain't no doubt.
I mean, anywhere. Stop it. And another thing we talked about, I want to ask you about that. I'm asking them about the thing that they got going in Philly, man, being Joe. Come on, man. Let's get rid of that.
Cut it out, man. Cut it out. It's never been Joe, man. I mean, how can you ever grow as a person if you keep yourself in a box? If you don't interact with other people? Look at all. I'm gonna give you a scenario, and I hope I word it the right way, y'all. Bear with me. Look at people that's in the entertainment world, like a lot of rappers.
Yeah.
In school, young people would say, "Oh, them niggas weird. They weirdos."
You can say, nigga, this is tough talk. You can curse it on. I just didn't have nothing to curse about.
Listen, even me, as a quote unquote cool person, I mean, them niggas weird. Niggas all keep hanging with everybody, but the same token, look at a lot of them now. They got research. They tied into a lot of different people because they were able to, embrace other people and not put themselves in a shell like, oh, I ain't talking about. I'm staying with these 3 people. If you got 9 real friends, you about to be the 10th.
Exactly.
So you got to be able to get out of that mindset. That's just the mindset of your peers. I feel like they keep you boxed in with them because they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to outshine them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like being on y'all, man. Y'all take me back, but y'all taking me back somewhere where the men made me think, like in prison, right? I had an old head, and I used to work in a drug program. Like now, out here, my professional clinical therapist. Out here teaching that stuff in prison, right? That's why I gave niggas the method. And I told you, I'm going to the TC. I'm going to give me some certificates. I'm going to learn everything about this drug thing because I'm going to go home and save my people with this stuff. Yeah. So I was working in there, and the boy, he said, man, the problem with a lot of y'all is if y'all got 3 words, you got 3 words, and these are the only 3 words you know. When you go somewhere else, you only deal with people that know those 3 words.
Right. For sure.
So if you don't feel as though he's cool, or he's thorough, or he's politically correct, or whatever, you're not going to take nothing from him.
Right.
You're just going to stick with your 3 words. So that analogy you gave, he was really talking about skill sets. He was talking about principles. He was talking about the skill sets from the street. I'm talking like a cooking cocaine. Yeah, sure. I mean, robbing somebody, credit card scams, all that type of stuff that you learn, and then you go amongst other people that don't live like that. You'll feel weird,
right?
And seclude yourself, because you're not opening up to change that and learn what they got. Right. So that made me think. Like you just took me back there, because that made me think that damn, that is a problem. There's a problem out here in society, a big problem. That we got to start meshing with each other. We got to learn who know what. And like I said to him when you wasn't here, that I respect the fact that he feels that he has someone working with him that's smarter than him. Okay. A lot of people be intimidated to have somebody smarter than them working for them. Oh, he gonna steal my store. How?
Impossible, yeah.
How? Let's make this thing better. Yeah. Right. You fill in the gaps where I'm at.
Exactly.
I mean, my partner, I'm the talker. I'm the one that have conversations. My partner behind the camera. Right. So we meshing real well. Yeah. You think we say I'm Jordan, he Pippin. Yeah. However you want, he's Jordan, I'm Pippin. Yeah. However you want to look at it. I'm gonna assist him, he gonna assist me. And that's how we make it work, right? Yeah, come together. Like we was talking about that ethno-aggregation, man. I want to talk about that again. Okay. I love that. I love knowledge, man.
He's I ain't gonna lie. He's very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 37.
I'm 37, you're 36. Yeah, man, young back man.
36 years young, though.
36 years young. It's okay. 36. He's 36 years young.
Please give me mine.
So, we was talking about ethno-aggregation. And if we look at ethno-aggregation, look at, the term came from Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics, the National Plan and Power Black America. It's a book that I think a lot of you should read. But he's talking about our ethnic group coming together, partnering on a plan, pooling our resources. And me and him was taught, I said, Dad, if you had a carrot, I had some water, and he had an onion, we can make soup. We can sell it and eat it.
For sure.
Pool our resources. And that's what we got to do out here in the world. The resources that we have, the networks that we have to share these joints. Don't be intimidated by the next person that might outshine me, or I got to be the leader. It has to be my thing. No, you got something great going on. Let's get together and make it better.
Right. But that's what me and him talk about all day, every day. How we don't want to stand next to each other. You know what I'm saying? Why we feel intimidated by each other when let me be a plus to you already at. Let's make it happen. Let's go further. You know what I'm saying? That's why I made him mesh so well, because it's not none of that. Like, you'll be rocking. Let's move. And let's show other people. Let's build from us. Let's build a bigger platform. But we gonna start with us to show people that we can stand together. We can be in the same area.
That's what y'all building, because y'all done got us down here now. So now we're a part of that. So whatever you got going on, I want to run. When I do my commercial break, I want Count to be going across my joint. So I want to market the business.
For sure.
I want to see it grow.
Listen, it's going to grow.
I want to see it grow.
As people, man.
Exactly.
And like I say, man, this is what I'm touching on real fast, y'all.
Right.
I want to know this one thing, like how we talking right now. Why do we so fast to spread negative, but not spread positive with the same energy? That's what I don't understand about these people. Like, we so quick to make negative go viral, but we won't make something positive go viral. Why do we do that? You understand? You know what I'm trying to say, though?
They understand what you're saying. I mean, people love controversy. I mean, and that's like, I told you my background of working with the population I work with, not with the youth, with the people on drugs. We used to use drugs and alcohol. But it seemed like they always wanted controversy.
Right.
If it wasn't something going wrong, you wasn't being loud, I don't like it, because of where you come from. You know, so we gotta blame that too on people's upbringing. And that's my humble estimation, that we had to blame it on somebody's upbringing, but deal with them holistically. If we choose to deal with them and bring them into what we got going on.
Right.
You know, dealing with them like that, understanding that person. Because a lot of times we don't understand. People learn different. People got sharp memories, some people don't. It's different ways to memorize stuff. You know, it's different ways to get money. You know, different trauma that people been faced with. A lot of people don't trust nobody. You know, and trust come from like people being abandoned by their own family. Like you was blessed to have your mother. You know, even though her circumstances, you had your father. All I had was my mother and a lying fucking father. You know what I'm saying? That made me not trust nobody no more at that point in my life. Because if I couldn't trust my dad, how can I trust my homies?
Impossible.
Or how can I trust my teacher? Because this nigga keeps telling me he gonna take me to the movies later, and he never come. And I wake up under the radiator, waiting for him to come get me, but he never came. That's trauma, bro. You know, that's the first onset of schizophrenia. Because now you're not believing nobody. You don't trust nobody. These niggas right over here, trust no one. Where do you think that came from? There's an origin of that. There's an origin to that. So we gotta understand people.
I agree.
And we gotta assess them correctly. Check them out. I mean, I gotta have the psychoanalyzing stuff because psychology is my background.
Sure.
But it helped me know people better. It helped me understand how diverse the world is. Without that dickhead over there,
you might not be here today.
you know what I'm saying? Without that dickhead over there, well, I mean, everybody not gonna be the same, man. You know? And like I ain't even gonna say his name, but he told me everybody gotta live their life.
I agree.
And that's why I really gave up on, you know, dealing with the dudes on the corner and trying to talk to them about not committing crimes and, you know, being entrepreneurs and giving them the game and all that. I stopped really doing that because I felt as though I was talking to a fucking brick wall. And I realized I need to talk to the children. The children need to hear us.
Right.
We keep trying to talk to these dudes in the corner, forgetting about them that's walking
by, getting popped in their head.
because this joker here can't shoot straight. You know what I'm saying? So we owe them something. We may have not showed them our ill character, but we showed their family member that they seen. So now we gotta come out. I wear suits and go sit in the corner and talk to my youngest. What's up? What's going on? Where you come from, old head? I tell them where I'm coming from. It's a conversation piece.
For sure.
It's a conversation piece. I love wearing suits. Like you said, I put these joints on like lotion.
No doubt.
You know, and I'm ready to start my own clothing line selling suits. I might as well. I fuck these joints up. I mean, so It's just to inspire hope into our youth. I want, like I told him earlier, no more kids, don't come in no more with no belt on or you're going back home. Our organization, new option, new opportunity. You gotta wear a belt.
Right.
We are actually we trying to brainwash our children to think the right way.
Yeah.
So we brainwash them to be great.
I agree.
Because they've been duped and hoodwinked and all that.
Yeah, the blind lead the blind.
These dudes showing them what thrill is and they ain't even thrill. Don't know what real is and they ain't even real. Right?
Nah, 100%.
This is real.
This is real.
This is real.
This is right. This is real.
This is real. This vision is real. That you brought to fruition.
Appreciate that.
So that's creating hope. You did with hope. I mean, I ain't even give them that.
Right.
But listen, I love what y'all doing. You're definitely gonna come back again and take care and talk to y'all. Invite y'all to the studio. Come through and have another conversation. I want you to come talk to my kids.
I got you.
You got us?
I'm there for you.
All right. Make sure you come talk to our kids, man.
You ain't got to twist my arm, bro. I'm there, bro. You ain't got to twist my arm.
What's something that you want to say, man, before we close up?
Let's just all come together, man, and start being one, man. Start being so divided as people, man. As young men, man, start opening up more. Don't feel like you're being Joe if you want to ask somebody a question or get to know somebody, man. Don't have that ego because it'll kill you in the long run. That's my message right now. Shout out.
Count on us. That's all I need to say. Count on us. No more. Count on us. So we're here for the new generation to come in and leave an impact that's greater than the one that we left.
I want y'all to understand this, man, before I leave this store. I wrote a book. I'm an author. I'm a selling author, right? I wrote 2 books. And I felt accomplished to have my book being sold in the gallery back in the day when the gallery was open. Mm-hmm. And I could stay on the shelf. You dig me? In the gallery. I'm in the penitentiary watching this joint move from the gallery. You know what I'm saying? So I feel honored to know that I can leave some of my Tufftalk jackets in here and they can be picked up here. You know what I mean? Partying up with my guys, man. You know what I mean? Thank y'all, man, for coming on to this show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We close it out, man. Another Tufftalk successful.